Okay, imagine this for a second. What if Earth itself could, well, scream? Because on June 15th, 2025, something like that seemed to happen. Monitoring systems for the Schumann resonance recorded this unprecedented intensification. Observers literally called it a planetary scream. For anyone maybe not familiar, the Schumann resonance is basically Earth's natural hum, like a heartbeat, these super low-frequency electromagnetic waves. So our deep dive today is going to unpack the source material we've got, looking at how this links to solar activity and what it might mean for the planet, and maybe even for you. So this scream, what did it actually look like in the data? The reports say it was a near full-spectrum whiteout, basically across the whole 0 to 40 hertz range.
Right.
And it lasted nearly 9 hours, described as just off-the-charts resonance, like the whole low-frequency spectrum just got slammed.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating, truly, is the timing. It lines up almost perfectly. This huge planetary event happened just hours after a confirmed M8.4 class solar flare. That flare peaked around 18.07 UTC. Now, an M8.4, that's a pretty powerful flare, just shy of the really big X-class ones. So yeah, the analysis strongly suggests this wasn't just random noise. It points to an intense ionospheric and atmospheric coupling event, directly tied to that solar blast.
Okay, so the timing fits. But what were the conditions like? Why did this particular flare cause such an extreme reaction?
Well, that's key. The sources show Earth was already kind of primed for it. Weeks of higher solar wind, geomagnetic turbulence. There was even a G2 level storm from a coronal hole. The KP index was up around 5.7.
Right, so the background conditions were already pretty active.
Exactly. That KP 5.7 indicates, a moderate to strong disturbance already happening. So the system was stressed. Then, bam, this M8.4 flare hits. It seems like that was the final push that sent Earth's resonance into, well, overload.
And there was other evidence too, right? Like NOAA data.
Absolutely. NOAA confirmed an R2 radio blackout. That means high-frequency radio comms were disrupted for hours. And people even saw auroras much further south than usual, down into mid-latitudes. Clear signs of a major geomagnetic storm underway.
So putting all that together, the evidence points pretty strongly towards the sun.
Overwhelmingly so, yeah. The analysis really rules out other causes like human-made interference or even some of the more exotic theories like scalar weaponry that sometimes pop up. You look at the Dresd index, it plunged to negative 121 nanoteslas. That's a significant storm indicator. The KP index shot up to 8- at the peak. Plus, JOEA satellite data confirmed the sudden storm commencement, the SSC. It all ends up perfectly with that harmonic spike in the Schumann data. It's a textbook, classic storm signature.
Okay, that makes sense for the physics side. But the sources we looked at, they go into some more, let's say, speculative territory too. Beyond the electromagnetics, there's mention of a scalar event model. This idea suggests the June 15th event wasn't just a big EM fluctuation, but maybe something deeper, like a planetary scale torsion response. Almost like a vibrational shudder through the planet's structure. They call it a latent mnemonic lattice. And the wildest part, potentially entangling consciousness.
Right, and that inevitably leads to the question, so what? What might this actually mean for, people experiencing it, for you listening? The sources talk about biophysical considerations. They cite anecdotal reports, including from the authors themselves, of physical and mental effects during the event, things like unusual fatigue, feeling emotionally different, even pressure sensations in the body. It raises the possibility that these Earth ELF fluctuations might actually entrain biological systems, pull our bodies into sync somehow, which opens up doors to fields like geopsychophysiology or planetary biofeedback, basically, how Earth's subtle energies might directly influence us.
So wrapping this up then, this deep dive suggests that massive Schumann whiteout on June 15th wasn't random noise. It looks like a direct planetary response. All that built up geomagnetic stress, then topped off by that powerful solar flare. It's like the Earth itself just, flexed and roared back.
Exactly. And it makes you think maybe the Schumann resonance is more than just a background hum. Maybe it really does act as a kind of sensitive planetary biosensor. And consider this. If our planet really did react so strongly, so audibly in its own way to that solar event, what other subtle signals, maybe these scalar echoes, are we missing? And what might they be trying to tell us about our own connection, our entanglement with this living planet we call home?